All right, good morning and good afternoon, everybody, depending on what period you're at. So this is basically what we're doing for today. It's a task for 5.8. Okay, we're doing the task for 5.8. And the idea is that we are going to be reading some word problems and we're trying to use that to figure out some things. Um, so there's some more issues with the relationship right now between Clarita and Carlos because people have been buying um, cat and dog food without recording the price for each type of dog food in their accounting records. So instead, Carlos has just only recorded the total price of each purchase, but not the total cost, um, which includes more than one type of food. But of course, it does not include each individual price. Um, so you can either use um, tables or graphs or equations to solve the following, but the idea on how to do this is pretty simple. And we're going to use, actually, we're going to solve this without, sorry, they want you to use without these. So I don't want you to use a table, I don't want you to use a graph or equation. We just want to kind of just figure things out. So why don't you take a pause on the video and like read through numbers 1, 2, and 3 and highlight what you think are the important pieces of information. And then when you're ready, press play and I'll explain to you how to do number 1. All right, so if you've read through this, you should have noticed that on week 1, he bought 3 bags of Tabitha Tidbits, 4 bags of Figaro Flakes for $43. And in week 2, he bought 3 bags of Tabitha Tidbits and 6 bags of Figaro Flakes for $54. And so the idea as you're thinking about this is that if you have 3 bags of the Tabitha Tidbits, and I'm just going to draw a picture of this if that's okay. So I'm going to use this light blue here for the Tabitha Tidbits. So I got 3 bags of it in week 1, and then I have 3 bags of it in week 2. And I don't know the price of any of these. And I look at the other one, I'm going to use green for this one, for Figaro Flakes. I got 4 bags in week 1, but then I have 6 bags in week 2. And I know that it cost me $43 total for week 1 and $54 for week 2. So as you look at this and you're like, okay, what's the same in both of them? Well, if you notice, what's the same is, let's use a different color. Let's use orange. I'm going to underline things that are the same. 3 and 3 are the same. And 4 and 4 are the same. The question is, how can you figure out the price of these 2 extra ones given the price of that? And if you can do that, so I'm not even going to tell you how to do it. I'm trying to give you a hint. You know you have 2 extras, right? And you know you spent an additional amount of money just to get the 2 extras. I think if you think about it hard enough and you talk to your partners from this hint, you should be able to figure out what is the cost for each of these. Okay? You should be able to figure out the cost of each of these based on that piece of information. So that's my hint to you. And as you decide to read through the other problems, you will see the very similar scenario for the other ones. And maybe drawing a picture helps you. Maybe just visualizing the situations help you. Um, and then basically, like for this one, you should be able to figure out for sure what is the price of the Figaro Flakes. And once you figure out the price of the Figaro Flakes, you should be able to do some more math to then figure out what the price of the tidbits are. Okay, so that's my hint to you. Try and figure that out. And basically, that's all you're doing. You're using the information that's given, and based on information, you should be able to figure out, um, you know, how to do that. For number 2, it's a little bit trickier. All I'm going to say is pay attention to the numbers they give you. So they give you 2 bags of Brutus Bites and 5 bags of Brutus Bites. But for the other information, they only give you 3 bags of Lucky Licks versus 6 bags of Lucky Licks. So there's something that you can do to compare these two pieces of information that allow you to actually calculate specifically a bag of Brutus Bites. So that's all I'm going to tell you. So this is basically, you got to think about what can you do with the information from number 1 to creatively figure out the bags of Brutus Bites. That's my hint on that one. As for the Carlos one, purchasing dog leashes, so he bought 6 dog leashes and he bought 6 cat brushes. I'll underline that differently with a different color. And he used $45 for that one. And then Clear to While used pampering. Later in the summer, he purchased 3 additional dog leashes and 2 cat brushes for $19. So in this scenario, we got 3 additional dog leashes and 2 additional cat brushes, and he spent $19. And again, there's some creative things that you can do to figure things out, and if you do it correctly, it'll allow you to figure out first the price of the cat brush. Okay, and once you get the price of the cat brush, you should be able to calculate the cost of the dog leash. Okay, so I'm not saying these are easy. I'm saying it requires thinking, and I want you thinking as a group to figure out how you can possibly figure out these prices. Okay, and that's the puzzle. This is what happens in a business when you don't really track your costs, and it's really important as a business to track your costs. So I'll leave